up, guys? I feel like I'm like going to tell like my parents that I did something wrong. Hey, so yesterday I met. You remember when we? So me and Travis and I, we did a 10,000 calorie challenge yesterday. Long story short, no point getting into the details. I lost some of the footage, mainly just like the overview, intro, and the kind of outro. I still have pretty much everything like during the process. So everything after this clip here is going to be during the 10,000 calorie process. But just to kind of, if there's any gaps, I'm sorry, that's just from lost footage. But yeah, so we're feeling a lot better today than we were yesterday. We did the 10,000 calorie challenge. I guess to kind of just start from the beginning, we'll talk about why the cheat meal or a cheat day is beneficial in some ways.
Yeah, well, at first, it kind of just came up. Troy and I were just talking about having some cravings for different things, and then some of our favorite fitness YouTubers do like 10,000 calorie days, like on a regular basis, as a way to challenge themselves. So we decided to take something that could have been ultimately kind of pleasant and make it pretty much miserable. But basically, I mean, the reason for normal cheat days, and I did a post on this on the page if you want to check that out. But basically, cheat days are a way to kind of revamp your body's resting metabolic rate and just get your body used to taking in a lot of calories again after a period of restriction. So like if you're carb cycling, like a common thing to do will be to do 2 low days or 2 low carb days, 2 low calorie days, and then do a high day. 10,000 calories obviously being off the spectrum of what we're actually talking about, but like going, a couple days with a common thing I do is like 2 days of less than 100 carbs or less than 150 carbs, and then a day of like triple that, so like 300 to 400. So we did it to just kind of shake things up, but it was mainly just a challenge, just to see if we could. There's not a lot of like health justification for what we did. We didn't eat clean at all. We in fact ate probably the most palatable, sugary, fattening, trans fat soaked foods that you possibly can.
We basically just like attacked all the foods that really you can never really warrant fitting into a normal diet. We grabbed, so like just donuts, donuts, ice cream. We didn't even end up eating the cereal because we were so full. It was a push. As far as like strategy went, we did not do it perfectly. We started off with, I do know that this is not in the footage. We started off with a waffle breakfast with like eggs, sausage, and a big like Belgian waffle with butter and syrup, and then jumped immediately into a bunch of donuts. And that got the calories up there, but that did not get the appetite going for afterwards. So that's how we started, and all the food after that you're about to see. But that's how we started, and that was not. We also didn't start very early in the day, which kind of hurt us as far as. You said today you realized we did it in 11 hours.
Yeah, this whole thing, that's kind of the amazing part of it is that from the time that we started till the time we finished, we kind of both put a cap on 10 p.m. for when we wanted to finish, just so we could try to get to sleep at a decent hour. But yeah, we ultimately started our first meal at 11 o'clock, which was the first mistake. We kind of had to. Troy had something to tend to that morning, but I think we talk a little bit more about that in some of the footage. But yeah, we did 10,000 calories in 11 hours. So we went from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And it was much harder than I think either one of us thought it was going to be. It pushed us mentally to a pretty dark place. We both confessed today to being pretty physically ill at the end of the day.
The difficulty ebbed and flowed a little bit throughout the day as far as when it was, some foods being worse than others. But at the end of the day, since we lost the outro, we can talk about how we finished. Well, you ended up finished with Oreos and a shake. I think we actually do have that footage. And then I finished with peanut butter toast and orange juice. Literally just chasing the toast with it, like having to wash it down with orange juice. And last night, I woke up about an hour after falling asleep and thought it was all going to come to fruition, if you catch my drift. And then I was super hot and I was stuffy, and it was, don't do this in this fashion if you are going to have a full cheat day or something like this, where it's just literally force feeding the entire day. Don't recommend it. Anything else?
No, I think we talk about it on one of our walks, if that's included in the footage. But
I will say that if you are going to have a big cheat day, walking, moving, that was a saving grace. If we had just eaten and sat around all day, we technically did 2 workouts and 3 long walks, and that was a saving grace. So enjoy the footage. Like I said, sorry about losing some of it, but this is going to have pretty much all the entire process. So thanks.
Okay, so we're hurting.
2 meals in.
2 meals in. I mean, to be fair, we really started off hot with the breakfast, like the type of food basically. The waffles really heavy, and then donuts. Those donuts by the third donut, it went from just
It's been too much sweets right now.
too much. We started off with too much sweets.
The waffles and then the donuts.
Taking a break right now. We're taking a walk, probably like a 10 to 15 minute walk. I will say a couple points I wanted to make. If you're gonna do something like this, where you're gonna just blow it out of the water, like cheat day, that's fine. Like Travis said, you don't need to go 10,000 more than likely, unless you're Brian Shaw.
Really, like anything like 5 to 10% above your usual intake will kind of serve the purpose.
We're just like making ourselves sound like idiots.
Yeah.
Actually, really, another thing, we definitely are taking some liberty with the type of food. You don't need to do this. Like, you could probably do this with relatively healthy food, and we'll try this in the future, doing this in like a cleaner way.
I don't see that being possible. But
No, not 10. I didn't mean 10,000. I just meant having a high calorie day with cleaner food. You don't need to have chips and donuts and Pop-Tarts and stuff like that. So we're taking a little liberty in that sense. But I will say, we were just talking about it. It's encouraging that we...
I'm never going to want anything sweet again.
Yeah, that we're never going to want another donut. So we're actually struggling a little bit. I fell asleep for a half hour at about 1:30. We're going to snag the second real meal of the day. Probably going to Five Guys, because we're really paying attention to like the caloric density of actual food now, as opposed to just cramming what we can find and getting like 2 stuff. So we're going to either...
The donuts didn't get put down.
The donuts, no, as you can see, we did not smash. We had 3 each, but we're kind of putting the X&A on the sweet and creamy until tonight. So we're gonna go get like a burger, fries situation. At least that's like actual food, and see how we feel after that. So we'll let you know. All right, guys, we are at Five Guys right now. We've already done the math. We just got a bacon cheeseburger, fries, which they give you a boatload of, obviously. But it also costs the price of a New York strip, so.
Yeah, we got to go with the calorie density.
Yeah. We decided we can't, I think I already said that, we can't just like jam, junk food like donuts and stuff over and over. So we're going with calorie dense. What was this total? Basically, so bacon cheeseburger, regular fry. I got a Powerade, which only adds 80 calories.
Yeah, we're both going to be around like 11:50, 12. I'll be a little over 12 because I added mayo and ketchup to mine.
This is a big step actually in the day though, because
like 2,100 calories on the meal. So the fries are about 950, 960, and then this burger is mine is 1,200.
Also, I will say I'm actually hungry for this. I'm pretty hungry for this. We're gonna go to the gym, not right after this, but after this. But yeah, so this is gonna basically almost double our count for the day. So, actually, I haven't had Five Guys in a long time, like years. Wow, it's actually really good. So, just a quick recap. Not really a recap. We're both like. We're feeling pretty lethargic, to say the least. We're going to get the workout in now. Get the pre-workout going. The walking is key. I will say that. We've walked, I don't know how far, but we've done 2 pretty considerable walks. We just walked for like 40 minutes straight after that Five Guys situation. So that's helping with the digestion and just not feeling terrible and getting super tired.
Substantially harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we're both, I think, a little surprised with.
We're about. I'm at about the halfway point. I'm about 150 calories away from the halfway point.
Man,
and he's
almost halfway. That's good. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. So
at almost 4 o'clock,
we've already identified 2 strategic flaws. we started late. We waited. Troy had to go actually sell his car this morning, so he was gone for the first chunk of the morning. I should have gotten up and eaten. He probably should have eaten something on his way back. But we agreed just to wait until he got back and fast and work out and like do fasted cardio. So I just woke up, took some caffeine, and went to the gym and did fasted cardio. And when I got done with that, I had no real appetite. And caffeine can curb your appetite. So for you hard gainers out there, the fasted cardio on the dose of caffeine is probably not ideal. But anyway, yeah, so that, and then overdoing the sweets out the gate. We did the waffles and then the donuts back to back, and that had us both just feeling like pre-diabetic, I think. So
I'm about to do arms, which is good and bad. I mean, it's good because even if you're kind of full, you can like still pull off arms, but it's not great because it's not that big of a calorie burner. But the pump should be good. The calories are there, the carbs are there, the sodium's there after Five Guys. So I mean, I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to go to the gym. I just wish my stomach wasn't so full.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I think we've all eaten to this point before where we're uncomfortable. Excuse me. It's just it's just
I think we
doing it over and over again throughout the course of the day.
Yeah, because we got to get basically stuffed at least 2 more times.
And that sounds, to be honest, impossible at this point. But maybe this workout will loosen some things up. It is only, I mean, it's almost dark, but it's only 4 o'clock.
So I'd say we have realistically like 7 hours before like going to sleep. I think we can do it.
That's the hope.
That's the hope. So we will update you after the workout and around the next meal. Just a little pre-pizza milkshake appetizer here. The double stuffed Oreos.
Something to knock the edge off.
What's the
140 calories and 2 cookies. Oh man.
and 2 cookies with this is the I honestly didn't think we were gonna get another sweet thing in before the end of the night here. So this is going down pretty easy. This is like the type of little snack food that's gonna add up quick, hopefully. So. All right, well, my iPhone ran out of storage. Okay, I think we were just talking about how we feel. We're holding a lot of water today, obviously. We are pretty close. We're basically, Trav's about to be about 2,000, right? After the pizza, you'd be how far out? No, 1,000 out.
1,000, really, yeah.
So I'm basically 3,000 out. He's 1,000 out, but I'm actually feeling all right. This is the last piece of pizza here, and I will be good to go. But we will update you guys as we get closer. Yeah, that was worth it. We're boned. No, we're taking probably our last walk for the night. I don't know, maybe after that last pint of ice cream, I need to take another lap. But, so we're doing that. Trav's, I am very not hungry. But Trav seems to be hurting a little, but he's also closer.
Yeah, I am hurting. I'm mid-pizza right now. I still got half of my sausage pizza left.
So, yeah, we're eking to the finish line here. I did not expect this. I still think there are days, and they kind of happen randomly, but there are days where you just feel insatiable. And I feel like on a day like that, we would be able to push into it pretty easy. But just kind of going in.
We've essentially done all this in about 9 hours.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point too. We did not wake up early. We did not do ourselves any favors. It's like 7. God, ugh.
I know.
The pizza did it again. We have like 3 hours left. We will do our best to get it done. All right, folks. Oh shit! Yeah, I've been like mentally banking on this since kind of the beginning of the day here. We're doing a milkshake. Yeah, basically a milkshake, just taking like a pint of Ben & Jerry's, a pint of Ben & Jerry's, whole milk, and I'm going to put some protein in mine as well. And I got like the most calorie dense flavor you can get, I think. 1,400 calories in the pint. Peanut butter cup. He got cookie dough, which is actually like my favorite flavor, but it's less calories. He's just a weenie. So all this mixed together, the whole milk, the full pint, and the protein powder is going to be $18.40, which is going to put me at about $93.50. So this is the home stretch. It's 9 o'clock. So I don't know what I'm going to do to push to the 10K mark, but this is a giant step for mankind here. Whoops. Man, this is a hard little process here. Oh God, Jesus, man! If I spilt that, whoo! Having a milkshake that you can just like chug, or just just drink is easier than like having like hard ice cream that you have to eat. So,
In need of roughly 1,700 calories to get home.
17. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. In this, I've got, this is 1110 plus the whole milk. I got about 300 calories in the whole milk. And then the remainder is going to be these 5 Oreos. And that should give me 10 calories over 10,000. Troy's not feeling so hot.
I am 700 calories away. I think dairy, I mean, it's happened before, dairy makes me stuffy. And literally in the last like 30 minutes, I went from a completely clear nose to like, I can barely talk and breathe. Sort of like lactose sensitive, so the whole milk ice cream whey protein shake probably wasn't.
We're losing calories here.
Having a time over here. Hey, whoa, man, no, you got to Zamboni that up. I'm not feeling super hot. This last 700 probably will not come in the form of dairy. I don't know what form.
I took 2 hours off after the pizza, or almost 2 hours off after the pizza happened. The last quarter of my pizza I couldn't get down.
So
Wasn't happening.
Trav's gonna wrap up. I'm gonna figure out how to have this last 700, and you will find out how I did that in the final update. But yeah, well, it is.
I got the broken leg.
God, it's almost 10 o'clock. I gotta get 700 more calories down. Man, 700 calories any other day. Like, dude, just hand me a bunch of peanut butter.
Tired of eating. We're both looking forward to not eating anything.
Yeah, this is.
Tomorrow.
I'm serious. Like, just waking up and not having to think about eating is gonna be so good. So, we will see you soon.